Hey there, welcome to the channel. Here we're using AI to enrich the learning experiences of our students. Let's get into it. In the past, we've talked about how we can use AI to generate content that's specific to our standards, specific to our topics, specific to language, specific to our student grade level. Now I'm going to introduce a whole new area where we can introduce content to our students using AI to program games and simulators. Today, I'm going to show you how to do some really quick, easy program games specifically designed to reinforce vocabulary. So let's get started. Let me start up front by saying this is not for programmers. This stuff is going to be too remedial. Maybe you'll get some ideas, but more likely you'll end up rolling your eyes. What this video is for is teachers who don't know a lot about programming. Maybe some teachers that want to add some more diverse content to their lessons. But it's also for teachers that want to interact with AI in a more advanced level to learn how to work with AI. And AI programming is one of the more advanced features that AI is really good at. We're talking 3 easy steps here. No programming knowledge on your part's required. First of all, we're going to use AI to get the content for the quiz. Second, we're going to have the AI write our program. And third, I'm going to show you how to download and distribute that program to all your students. Now, remember, they're not interfacing with AI specifically. They're interfacing with a program that was written by AI and designed by you. Now, the AI that I'm going to use today is going to be ChatGPT. It's just the one I'm most familiar with. And I'll be using the O4 Mini model. Now, other AIs will work just as well. I know a lot of you guys like Anthropic, Claude. The more advanced models are going to be a little bit better at understanding what you want. So if you're going to use either Gemini or Claude or even Grok, the more advanced the model, the better your end results will be. So let's go ahead and engage the AI. I'm using the ChatGPT O4 Mini model. As I mentioned earlier, there are other models work very well for programming too. I'm using O4 Mini because I find it's the best trade-off between speed and accuracy. Step number 1, make the data for your quizzes. I started with something simple, like make a chart of 8 planets with short, unique definitions. You can be more advanced. You can plug your standard in there and get the key definitions from your standard, etc. So let's keep this one very simple here. So we're going to just have the AI make a chart for our data that we're going to now use as the substance for our quizzes moving forward. So now I'm going to use this chart to be the data for our quizzes and games moving forward. I'm going to show you how to make 3 games. I'm going to give you the prompt for them. One of them is going to be a standard matching game. Another one we're going to do is a flashcard type game. And another card type we're going to do is a concentration type game. So let's go ahead and start with the very easiest of them, a simple old matching game. So the prompt for this is in HTML format. That tells the AI to write it in a web-based style. Make a matching game from this chart where students can drag the definitions to the correct terms, randomize those terms and definitions, track correct attempts, etc., play sounds, and give a fanfare when complete. So now it is creating an HTML program, which again is a program that allows the students to run this on anything that has a web browser. Now, this is opening up in what is called ChatGPT Canvas. Now, you have tools in, I think Gemini is also called Canvas. In Grok is called Grok Studios, I believe. And Anthropic, I think, calls it Artifacts. Same concept. Once you open it in this, we're not going to edit this at all, but we do get a preview button to see what it looks like, and we're going to get the opportunity to make changes. All right, so let's take a preview of what ChatGPT wrote for us. So it looks like I'm going to have to hit this reset button to get started, but here we have our 9 planets, 8 planets, no Pluto, 8 planets, and the different definitions of them. So let's say swiftest planet, that's going to be Mercury. So let's drag Mercury over there. Red dust of the final frontier, that's Mars, etc. So we are able to drag and drop these different planets to match the definitions. Wait, I am not happy with these colors. So let's go ahead and get the colors to change. We're going to edit this, but we're not going to do it. We're going to ask the AI programmer to do it. So let's go over here now in Canvas or whatever your definite terms are, and change the color theme to black, gray, and turquoise. School colors, go Jacks. And let's go ahead and rewrite the program. So it's thinking about it and going through its process. Let me go ahead and stop this game here. And it's rewriting the code as we speak. You can see it watching here, rewriting the code very quickly. And away we go. So now we can hit preview again. And with any luck at all, we have new colors. Got to hit this reset button. Going to fix that at some point. And here we go. We now have the same thing, but we have edited the colors. Now I'm going to show you how to do a concentrations type game. So we're going to use the same data as before. We're going to use our little chart here. And instead of making a matching game style, we're going to go ahead and make a concentration style game. So let's go ahead, and the prompt's a little different. Gives the rules of the concentration, tracking the same thing, including that, playing the sounds, etc. But the rules have changed a little bit, and let's see how this goes. Now let's hit the preview button and see what we get. All right, so here's our planet concentration game. We got Saturn, and we'll do a green one, swiftest planet, windswept deep blue world, Mars. What was this one? Swiftest. Nope, that's going to be Mercury. Oh, not Jupiter. That's going to be Neptune. I'm doing terrible. Anyway, you guys get the point. Now I'm going to show you quickly a third type of game, which I call the flashcard style. Very similar prompt. We're going to change the rules up a little bit, make a flashcard style game, give it the rules. Some of it's going to be the same. We're going to track attempts, wrong attempts, percent correct, etc. And let's go ahead and check this one out. So jumping forward ahead, here's our code. Let's go ahead and give it a quick preview. And here we go. Here's Venus. This is the evening star. This one's going to be an easiest one. Earth. Which one is Earth? Blue-green oasis is Earth. Now, same concept, same idea. We're just building a familiarity using vocabulary words. And from there, I'm going to show you next on how to distribute this. How do we get these games to our students? Now I'm going to show you how to download this program and distribute it to your students. Now, first of all, this is the same thing as a text file. Whatever mechanisms you use to distribute text files to your students, you can use to distribute this. For example, if you have Google Classroom, you can distribute this as a document. If you have PowerSchool, you can distribute this as a document. But the first step is, how do we get it onto our local drive so that we can distribute it to our students? Now, I'm going to show you 3 different ways to do this. So our first method is just download it within the studio. Within Canvas itself, we have a download button. We can just download that and we're good to go. My guess is Gemini and Grok and Anthropic, Claude, they all have similar download buttons within their studios. The next method we can use is, just assuming that you don't have a studio, is you can just ask the AI to provide a downloadable HTML link for your code. Just ask it to provide it. And here, sure enough, we get this downloadable file. Now I'm going to talk about the third way that we can download this. It's a little more complex and involves Notepad and changing the extension. The third way is to brute force it in with cut and paste. So we're going to just take our code. I'm going to do a Control-A to copy. Now, you could use the clipboard. I see that, but let's brute force it. Then what we're going to do is we're just going to open it up in our Notepad. I'm just going to Control-V it in. And then when I do this save as, I'm going to save it as concentration gain. Nope, this was flashcard. And it's .html. Now, that's going to save it not as a text file, but as something we can open up with a web browser. So what does that look like? So when I open up my download file, I see I've got these different files here, and notice the Chrome extension. That means it can be opened up in a Chrome browser or any browser, actually. Your view might be different if you have a different default browser. When you click it, it opens up our game and our students are good to go. So let's go ahead and wrap all of this up. So this is the first step. These are very easy programs. Have fun with them. Do what you can with them, incorporate them into your classroom. I use them kind of as exit tickets towards the end of a unit as a review to help build that vocabulary. But as you go on, you can make more and more sophisticated programs. For example, demonstrations for class, modeling, simulations. And we can get this as the first stepping stone to those kind of activities. Well, thank you for your time. Please share and subscribe, and please leave a comment too. Thank you very much for your time.